Hey, welcome to the first and hopefully this will be a format we stick with. Welcome to the first pregame Bowls and Beers. We've renamed it Bowls and Brews because I'm drinking coffee. I'm tired. Uh,
I just had
this
my
came
morning coffee.
there you go. Yeah, this came together because we were all busy on Wednesday night preparing for Thanksgiving and Thursday actually having Thanksgiving and watching the Bills win. Except for Matt, who sat the game out, traitor. Um, So, real quick, we're gonna try to get this done in a half hour today and stick to a tight focus on football. Quick wrap up of Toledo and just dig into Bowling Green. So, Toledo, I did not see that coming, Matt.
No, no. I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised by a win, but that was everything's coming together, and that's been my criticism of Leipold is kind of you got to finish the season strong, and right now I'm eating dirt, I'm eating crow, not dirt, but crow, and I'm just like great game, like it all. That's what you want from this team. What they've shown all year, they put it all together for that one, and let's get two more.
Hey, two more exactly. Two more wins. Zach, what were your takeaways from Toledo?
Yeah, Toledo's been a little bit of a disappointment in terms of what people thought they were going to be this year, so it might not have been as big of a win as it has been in past years, but even still, I thought that was like a lot more dominant of a performance than I was expecting, to be honest. So I think, the season's had its ups and downs, but I think we're definitely trending in the right direction at a good time. Coming up on a bowl game, hopefully, in theory.
Hopefully.
Yeah, coming up on a bowl game, looking for that first bowl win. So, yeah, we're looking good. And Jarrett Patterson too. Yeah. Shout out to Jarrett Patterson. That was a dominant performance.
And Marks, both of them just. I'm flabbergasted. I wonder where either of them would stand by themselves in a backfield against all time this season. They'd be over 1,500 easily.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I do wonder if you probably can imagine they're doing slightly better because they are able to rotate, so we might be stronger in the second half with slightly fresher legs, but yeah, they're great. I can't blame, what is our quarterback's name? Vantrease, for taking that bootleg, and that last touchdown, like you scored, like you played to win the game, but it really stings not to see that.
I think if you're the coaches, you got to try to dive into the pile there, and then if it doesn't work, you go on the next down.
Yeah, it's on par with me with pulling Javon McCray, 3 points short of 2,000, and pulling Johnson at 282 or whatever it was. Like it's one more carry would have done it.
One more, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and so
my thing is outside of 8 really terrible minutes of football against Kent State. This team has not played bad football since, I don't know, I'd go back to Miami. Game. Even the Ohio game wasn't terrible.
Miami, yeah. I forgot about Miami.
Yeah, the second half of Miami, really. Even the first half, they won the first half, but the second half of Miami.
Yeah.
So, Matt, after we lost to Kent, I'll be honest, for a week in my head, your preseason warnings were like beating like a drum, like cannot finish season.
I was prepping a piece saying this happened in 2015. Like I was prepping, Joe Licata couldn't get it done.
I'm still, there's still 60 minutes of football to play. Bowling Green beat Toledo themselves more handily than we did earlier this year.
That's true.
And Leipold does not have the best track record in the late season. So I'm not breaking out the pom poms just yet, but we should beat this team.
Yeah.
What I saw against Toledo was everything coming together. I'm still enormously worried about our special teams because that's always an X factor in every game.
Yeah.
But in terms of outside of special teams, I think we can handle Toledo. And I think whoever we get matched up with in a bowl game, we can give a game to. Unless we get some freak, at-large spot against like a really good team, I think whoever we play as a mid-major, we can stand up with.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is focusing on today, is the wind still blowing in Buffalo?
The weather report said, I looked at the weather report today when I put the post up, and it said like 3 miles an hour to 5 mile an hour gust. I don't think it's gonna be a really windy day.
I know that just the entire everywhere east of the Mississippi, or even a little more than that, just had 8 hours of incredible gusts for the last sometime this week, and I wasn't sure if it was
when I
still
was
hitting
driving
Buffalo.
down on Wednesday night, it was pretty windy out there.
Yeah.
But no, 3 mile per hour winds is like
Yeah.
a beautiful
it's not
day in
even-
Buffalo.
Well, this Thanksgiving game against Bowling Green, whether it's in the Doit or here, it's always like you see these like -3-yard punt at some point. Like both places just catch these winds at the end of November, and so a calm day is.
We are about to be confronted with the downside of doing this during the daytime. What?
She got these from the closet.
I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. What did she get? Give them to me.
It's okay.
Oh, go put.
Harry Potter.
Great, kids. Okay, go.
More of a challenge than Bowling Green, though.
Hopefully, the kids are inadvertently hunting for Christmas gifts I have not yet wrapped.
Yeah, I pieced together that's what was happening.
Fun times.
There you go. The
But I
Bull
did,
Variety Show.
Yeah. Oh gosh, don't let my second hear that. She'll be out here dancing and singing.
So this Bowling Green, Ohio game, it looks like Ohio. I'm about to pull up the rushing stats because that's what I want to see is how much have teams been able to rush on Bowling Green this year.
Oh, they're the worst rush defense in the MAC, and they also
Yeah, they're worse than Akron against the run.
Their top tackler and their fourth leading tackler are both out with injury, a linebacker and a safety. So they're giving up 5.5 yards per carry, and then I'd guess we should be able to see an uptick in that with 2 of their better tacklers out.
No, you may not go.
That's that as far as I'm concerned, that's all I need to hear. I know the S&P plus or whatever that
it's like 90% or 99%.
Bill Callahan has it at 91%, which I don't like to use that too much for predictive stuff like the Pomeroy and that, but that's a big number.
We're 29-point favorites or 29.
Yeah, usually you have to be up by some sick number like 23 points in the fourth quarter to have a 99% chance.
Yeah.
Of winning.
Yeah. Well, or perhaps, oh, that's what you were doing. Okay.
I was waiting to see if that one would land.
Yeah. No good. But we've put it behind us.
Now, is Bowling Green offensively, or Zach? I haven't had a chance to watch too much of them this year. I always view them as a passing team, but that's just because I haven't paid attention this year. I don't know if they're still the same kind of offense they were running before everything fell apart there.
No, I haven't watched Bowling Green this year, but just looking at the stats, they're actually like dreadful passing. Like our passing game has not been good, and they're only averaging 20 more passing yards per game. So, and I mean they have more reason to pass given that they're down a lot more often than we have been. So, They are not great. They also, let me see, their quarterbacks have combined for 15 interceptions so far. So, probably pick them off a couple times. They are not great.
Yeah, I mean, that Toledo win just feels like a rivalry game. Funny things happen in rivalry games.
Yeah.
I mean, they gave up 60 to Kent, 49 to Western.
But to be fair, we give up like 30 to Kent in about 8 minutes, so I'm not.
I know, but they've given up a
They
lot of points. And they scored 24 against Ohio, but that probably is because Ohio scored 66, and there were just way more possessions than normal.
It's breaking my heart. Daddy said no. The problem is it's her birthday today, so everyone's thinking so now she's like, it's my birthday gift. No, it's not. Your birthday gift's wrapped somewhere else in the house. I would actually wrap that one. Oh, this weekend is crazy. So it's her birthday, and then I got another kid having a birthday party tomorrow, and then I got another kid having a birthday party tomorrow. I think 3 birthday parties this weekend. I'm glad this isn't a Saturday game because I think by the time I get to the middle of the day tomorrow, I'm going to be flat already.
Wow.
So
this should be
some action.
Action.
Well, we got basketball tomorrow, though.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So we were talking about this offline. So it's that all the games are at noon, Zach? Is that what's going on in the MAC today?
I think so. When I was looking at it,
Seems weird.
I was like, because we were on ESPN Plus, I was like, what the hell is like on that we're not on ESPN right now at like noon on the day after Thanksgiving? And it turns out that there's basketball tournaments going on, but also like every other MAC team also is playing. So somebody else got the CBS game, and somebody else got the
game.
the ESPNU game, and I think there's. Let me check. There might even be another couple games that are also on ESPN Plus or something. Like I think like Akron and Ohio played earlier in the week, but I'm assuming
Kent and
everybody else
Eastern
is
are
at
on
noon.
ESPN Plus, and then
See,
Miami Ball State's
that's
on
weird, 'cause
PBS.
that's a game with some consequence. If Buffalo wasn't playing, that's the MAC game I would watch this week.
Yeah.
I don't know who we want to win.
Well,
I want everyone to
Central-
lose at all times.
Central Toledo. If Central wins, they take the West. So I think that's actually probably the game with the most consequence, and they have that on ESPNU at
suppose.
least, so we can give them that. But yeah, Kent's still fighting for bowl eligibility. And
Yeah, I mean,
Eastern's
if
fighting for
Kent
seventh. So.
loses, if we win and Kent loses, then we're tied with EMU, and EMU has a win over Illinois during the season.
EMU has no reason. Bowls
They
are
beat a Big
not
Ten bowl team.
bowls are not at large bids to the NCAA tournament though. EMU has all they've got to look better than us is that win over Illinois. They have worse attendance, a smaller fan base, a smaller alumni base.
We also beat them head to head.
We beat them head to head. Like we've showed up on that Toledo game. We've played better on the MAC slots. Slots for ESPN, which like half of the MAC's bowl slots are ESPN owned games. Like I can't see an actual decision. Like bowl games are about money. Like they're a television show, and I can't see a reason that you'd select EMU over us. The beating Illinois would be a hype, but like people have to be open to watching EMU. Like these bowl games aren't over Christmas break either. Like the bowl games that the MAC are in are like the 21st and like the 19th. Like it's not like, oh, come on the 27th when you're already off and just sitting around watching whatever's on. I cannot imagine EMU going bowling and us not. I don't necessarily say they don't deserve to go, but I just can't imagine them going.
Well, if we lose and they win, that's going to happen. But because if they win, they'll be 7-5, and we'll be 6-6. So take care of business, and we go bowling, right? I mean, that's kind of the deal. Is if we win, it doesn't matter how many 6-6 teams there are.
Yeah.
But if we lose, then it matters. So maybe we want Kent to lose. I don't know.
I want Kent to lose. Leave them out of a bowl. Down with the MAC East.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason, them above us in the MAC East just taste wrong. Like with the win over us, they have the tiebreaker. So like in the stats, if we win, it'll be Miami, Kent, us, Ohio, Bowling Green, Akron.
I hadn't considered that.
What a gross year. This was really like, not that this team was as good as last year's team, but like I still feel like we should have won the East, and it feels kind of gross that like we could potentially. I mean, we'd really have to blow it against Bowling Green, so I don't even want to say that, but like we could potentially end up in fourth place, only ahead of Akron, and is that it? Yeah. Yeah. It's just gross.
We kind of knew it. We knew it midway through the year when those Ohio and Miami games right front loaded. Like we said it in our pregame predictions. We said that middle of the season, if we lose a bunch, like people are going to not be interested. And once it was the middle of the season, we said if we can play good ball for 2 weeks here, we're really in the driver's seat. And the way it's shaken out, we might not have even needed, just a couple good kicks against Ohio might have done it. And then the Kent situation, but we'll pretend the Kent situation didn't happen. But I think it might be the difference between more people in the public realizing the floor that's been established. I don't think it makes a huge difference for me in my confidence in the program longer term. We've talked about this floor quite a bit this year, and like this is a year where we lost so many starters, and we are a good enough team to win the MAC East, and some things didn't go our way, and we had some brain farts. But
I think this team might be better than last year's team. I'm going to say it flat out. Like I think this team, outside of the bad special teams at Ohio and Kent, you throw those guys out, even throw in the dump we took at Liberty, and we're if we win this week, we'd be 8-4. No, I'm sorry, 9-3, and it'd be a better 9-3 than we had last year.
Yeah,
I think this
that
team
feels like a little
heads
too
up
many
is
what
better.
ifs for me, but I understand where you're coming from.
I'm not saying what if we really brought it against Liberty. I'm saying
I know.
8 minutes against Kent
I
and
know.
like a bad special teams play against Ohio.
Well, it's easier for me to use that logic, and I feel very confident saying this, to use that logic in comparison to the 2008 team.
Oh,
I
wait.
strongly think this team is better than the 2008 team.
Oh, yeah.
And
I don't
and I'm
it's less
and
explosive.
I think that could be like a whoa, wait a minute for some folks because of the glitz of a MAC championship. And that team also had all timers for UB and James Starks and Naaman Roosevelt, and on defense as well. But I feel much more confident in this team going up against, the middling people in the MAC like Kent. I actually think this year's Kent is very similar to that year's Kent, and we lost that game in 2008.
Yeah, last game of the year.
Yeah. So I think, considering last year and this year stacked up 1-2, I just feel much more confident than I did in the summer about like the stability of the program. And,
in 2008, we got to pad our resume with some win over some crappy team from Philadelphia. I forgot what they're called.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we needed a big throw to do that. And like every time this year that I've been confident, we've gone out and laid an egg. So maybe I should keep
Stop being
trashing
confident,
Leipold. Yeah. And every time I say, all right, yeah, we turned a corner, it's time for me to be excited about Lance.
That UMass game that cost Lance Leipold in his first season.
Yeah.
Like UMass was probably Bowling Green level bad that year. I think they only had one win.
And we just laid an egg all over the place.
Oh, and it was at
everywhere.
Home. We just played terrible.
I was at that game.
Yep.
Oh gosh, I had forgotten that. I was home. This is the first year I haven't been home for Thanksgiving in a long time, and so I was at that game if it was at home, and I remember being pretty upset.
Yeah, because that was the year where there weren't enough 6-6 teams. Like they would have went bowling that year. I think a 5-7 team snuck in that year.
Yeah.
But so I am very worried that we're playing a bad team at home, needing the win, and that's not been Lance Leipold's hallmark. Although he has restored, like I was already not like a lot of people have been not against him, but like
quick to
pensive. Wondering if it's the right move, and I just see a program being built. I'm great with 6 wins as our floor. I look at Ohio fan bases and more EMU fan bases who are whining about 6 and 7 win seasons, saying, "What the hell's wrong with you, Ohio? Do you remember who you were before Frank Solich?"
I mean, I'm honestly fine given where we've come from with 5 wins being our floor. If it's truly our floor and a bad year is 5 wins. And that means that that's everything bottoms out and it's 5 wins, then I'm totally fine with that being our floor. I'm not going to get grumpy about our worth year in every kind of 4-6 year recruiting cycle being a 5 if it means 6, 7, 8 the rest of the time.
I mean,
and
all
a chance at 9, 10.
All we need for next year to be a great year is for we're losing our guards. If the new offensive line guards that come in, if they can maintain that, we still have we're still keeping 60% of the line.
Yeah,
we'll be solid next year. I'm not worried about it. And that's the first time in a long time I've been able to say that. After last year, I was like, "Oh crap."
Yeah,
I've kind of honestly, I feel like the line has been pretty good almost every year since I've been following UB football. I'm trying to think of who is on the line when I first came to UB, but I remember it being pretty solid. And then I was like, "Oh, we lost
Kling
everybody.
Klong,
Who
man.
knows?" Oh,
yeah, John Kling and
there's a
those
center.
other guys.
I'm trying to think of who the center was, but I remember him being.
Was it O'Hagan?
No, it was whoever was right before O'Hagan, I think.
Okay.
Anyways, I just feel like we've done a pretty good job of like producing good lines from year to year, at least in the 6-7 years that I've been following UB football.
It's the only thing Quinn did well. Honestly, it really is the only thing Quinn did well was, and you could see that with how UB won under Quinn. When you beat the bad teams, it's because your line is there, right? Mm-hmm. You're making your every plays, but when you can't beat the good teams, his skill position coaching was brutal.
Yeah,
and I will always be bitter that we had Brandon Oliver and Khalil Mack on the same team and couldn't win the MAC East. That I don't even know how you manage that.
Yeah, true.
I know it's post Turkey Day, guys. We're doing the best we can.
Well, there's not. I mean, I don't think we want to go into the time suck of basketball.
No,
and there's not a lot to say about football. Like they're putting a good run together, and Bowling Green's really bad. And like keep the focus up.
Keep the focus up and watch the special teams. I'm really worried about if I'm Bowling Green's coach, that's what I'm going for. I'm going for the jugular. I'm just max pressure every time we punt or kick.
Onside
trick
kicks.
plays on kickoffs. If I'm Bowling Green's coach, I got nothing to lose.
I would legitimately, with the new fair catch rule where you can fair catch it and take it at the 25. I'm in a full onside kick recover every single kickoff until we figure out the special teams issue. Just because I'm sick of to me the risk reward of what our kick returns have been. We're not really getting anything on kick returns. And then if we're gonna blow it on an onside kick, I'd be in a full onside kick recover every time until Lance Leipold leaves UB.
Well, given our rushing attack, I don't care about the 25 versus the 35. Yes, that in the long run, a 10-yard difference in starting point is a big deal.
It makes a difference. But I need to kick it out of bounds every time, and do max recover for when you're kicking off, kick it out of bounds. That's it. Okay. Yeah. 35. They're returning to the 35 anyways.
At least past the 35, because otherwise they get the choice.
Okay.
At
least
you probably understand.
Past 35. That shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah.
And then do special teams recovery on kickoffs. It just, I think it was the Kent game where I had posted every single time we kicked off, Kent got the ball past 35 anyways.
Yeah.
There was 2 times where they didn't. And every other kickoff, Kent was at the 40 or midfield or even on our side of the field. It's we're not there this year. We need a whole season in the spring of someone taking special teams under their wing and figuring out what the hell they're going to do.
And it sucks to talk about things in that way, but you make adjustments all the time to deal with your weaknesses. If you've got if you're facing Khalil Mack, you adjust your offensive line protections to have a second guy there, and you give up having a tight end rushing out to chip. If you suck at kick coverage, kick the ball out of bounds and just take it at the 35.
Just remember what Louisiana had to do to counter Bobby Boucher in the Bourbon Bowl, right?
Yes.
Take a knee every play and punt. That's it. Zach, do you get the reference?
I do get the reference. I haven't seen that movie. I haven't seen it in a little while, but I vaguely recall.
Yeah, it goes that Bobby Boucher was killing them every play, so they just started taking a knee, 3 times knee and punt.
That ain't no guess. That's how it's going to be.
So, all right, let's sneak in some predictions. This is a big week. Zach and I are straddling 1 and 2. We're only 2 points apart, so I'm gonna let Zach go first.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm cool like that.
I'm gonna go 42-7 was the pick that I made in Brewpeg. I don't know. Bowling Green, their offense isn't great. I'm gonna always give them 7 points. Just because D1 athletes make D1 plays occasionally, but I don't expect too much from them on that side of the ball. And then the defense is just dreadful, but 42 feels like a reasonable number given the fact that we're not going to be passing the ball around like crazy. I think we can probably pick up 42 between maybe a defensive touchdown somewhere and then just running the clock down with the run game. So that's my pick, 42-7.
I should have went first, damn it. That kind of pins me in. I can't go with what you want if I got to beat you. I was going to go 42-10, but all right, I'm going to go 38-10. I got to go a little bit below you. I don't think we're going to score more than 42. So I got to hope we have maybe a quiet fourth quarter and Coach Lance decides to keep everybody healthy and get other people in for the bowl game. And just 10 because I need different numbers than you.
Fair enough.
Matt?
Well, I was going to go 42-7, and so now I've been frantically looking at Bowling Green's kicking game to decide if I want to outright match Zach or if I can justify something. And they've made most of their extra points, more than we have, and their one kicker's 5 of 9 for field goals with nothing longer than 39, and one's 1 for 2 with his miss in the 30-39. So
10 wasn't
that
a good
feels
thing.
like low wind. We'll see. So I'm going to go 42-10, and we'll see. I think I've missed half the games this year anyway, so like I don't care about my actual standings.
Yeah,
I
you're
think
pretty
42 is a pretty good bet. I feel more confident in that
Since
than
the
the
first
10.
year of Brewpeg, this is the first season I'm in it as the season winds down. So we'll see how it goes.
Godspeed.
All right. Kickoff is in about 15 minutes. I have to go make some pizza for the kids and get the TV queued up.
Hide some more Christmas presents.
I'd do better. I had them hidden, wrapped in I had them in a bag, wrapped in a blanket, put in the back of my wardrobe, and the 4-year-old found them.
I'm sure totally on accident. They definitely weren't looking for it actively.
No, I blame the 7-year-old who is my 7-year-old is the devil on her shoulder. I'll see it all the time. Like, Tessa, you should ask them to watch Descendants again. And Tessa's like, can we watch Descendants again? I'm like, damn it, I've just seen it 4 times this week. It's making me want to get rid of the Disney Plus already.
Oh my, that's a lot.
Well, it's a fun show, but 4 times in a week is a bit much.
Yeah.
All right. Have
right.
a good game. Have a good game, guys. Have fun.
See you in the game thread.
You're sitting off the turkey, and we will let you know how the game turns out. Be on the game thread. Talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.